education. And because we moved away, I managed to graduate from high school. I went on to the university and I graduated. And as I speak now, I work for Invisible Children in northern Uganda. And I decided to work for Invisible Children because I knew what Invisible Children was doing, and I knew the suffering that my people had gone through, and I wouldn't wish for any other community, wherever it is, or wherever the community is based, to go through the same kind of suffering that we went through. I remember very well during times for holidays, I would go back to northern Uganda because, as the saying goes, east or west, home is best. So I decided to go back for holidays, but it became so difficult for me to actually ask about my friends I had left behind. Because you'd ask that, hey, I don't see Mary these days, where's Mary? And you're told she's either dead or she was abducted. And then you ask, where's Peter? It's the same story. So you go back for holidays fearing what answer you're going to get next. You don't see someone, you just keep quiet about it. You don't ask. Because they are either dead or they have been abducted, one of the two. So you don't ask that questions. So growing up was really a difficult thing. You grow up without friends because you've moved from your own hometown where you had friends as a child. You've moved to a new town, and then when you come back, you do not find them there. They're either, like I said, abducted or dead. But then because I myself, I had the hope. I had the spirit of resilience. I said, this is happening, but what am I going to do? Am I going to sit back and say, okay, because this is going on, I'm not going to do anything about it? So, like I said earlier on, I went to school, completed my school, and decided that, you know what? I think I have to make a difference, or I have to make change. I had the choice to move away and maybe study somewhere else, or maybe get a job somewhere else. But I decided to go back to my hometown, finish my degree from there, and then start working there, so that I would have a big impact on the lives of the children who are still there, the formerly abducted who have come back home. So as you watched in the video, or in the documentary, the LRA has moved out of northern Uganda. They are no longer active in northern Uganda, and this is because of what Invisible Children did in the past, with the support of, I know, some of you students as well. The LRA moved into Central African Republic and the Democratic Republic of Congo. So as we speak now, they are still active in Democratic Republic of Congo and Central Africa, still causing the same kind of atrocities that they caused in northern Uganda. So I personally believe that we, the youth, have the power. We have the voice to make a difference in someone's life somewhere, somehow. Because that one person who you're going to change or will make a difference in their life is going to say, I thank whoever made the difference in my life. And making a difference in someone's life does not necessarily start with maybe someone millions of miles away, but it starts with your neighbor. It starts with someone who is next to you. Just a smile in the morning to someone and saying good morning to someone can make a huge difference in that person's life.